What's up, guys? Mike and Thomas here. It's movie night with Thomas and Mike. And what is tonight's movie?
The Hobbit.
The Hobbit. Yes, we are jumping straight to brand new movies. So, we are at the very first frame of the movie. If you don't understand the sync-up process, then I urge you to click on the link that's being displayed right now. And that will discuss the sync-up operation in full detail and should bring you up to speed. So we're on the very first frame of The Hobbit. Warner Brothers logo is shrouded in mystery right now in the clouds. And we are going to play in 3, 2, 1, go. And there we go. Warner Brothers is about now being disassembled in front of us. And now it's the New Line Cinema logo. Isn't that clever? I just thought that was very clever.
And orange and yellow.
I've never yeah. The New Line Cinema is supposed to be black and blue. Like that darkish blue. With the bright blue outline around it. And very rarely do I see the lion's eye.
Yeah. It zoomed outward
I'm
from
pretty sure was that like a reference to the Eye of Sauron or something. I don't know where they were going with that. Wingnut. I recognize that from the first movies. And a good old tune. A familiar tune.
That's how they start all of
So
it,
basically, if you haven't watched the Lord of the Rings movies by now, what the fuck is wrong with you? Go watch those movies. But it's not necessary to enjoy this film since it's a prequel. Now here's what surprised me. You get to see old Bilbo.
Yeah.
There's Sting. And of course you find out in a few minutes that this is the same day that Frodo gets the ring and Bilbo leaves and has his birthday and all that stuff. What really happened?
He's going to write it all today.
That sounds like a prequel thing to say. What really happened? Except this story was in existence before Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The Hobbit did exist before Lord of the Rings. So it's a prequel, but it's not like they just went and made up some stuff all by themselves. Thank goodness for that. Did you see this movie in the theater?
No. No, I didn't.
I heard a lot of people had a hard time adjusting to the new frame rate of the 3D version of the film. The frame rate was like really fast. You remember when you got your new TV and the refresh rate was so fast?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people felt like when they were watching the movie.
Oh,
and they
no.
didn't like it.
I hope when I buy it, it doesn't bother my eyes.
I don't think it will. You're used to it now.
Yeah.
I can't get.
Yeah.
I hate TVs.
Well, I get that with the games
now.
though. When I play games in 3D, it does that. That bothers my eyes, but so I don't know.
Yeah, you'll have to
Just
find
have to
out.
wait and see.
Look at that. That's fucking ridiculously big right there.
Reminds me of Ironforge in World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Yeah, this is completely like Warcraft or Skyrim or one of those types of genres.
The dwarves in that game.
I wonder if they
huge...
based a lot of Skyrim off of Lord of the Rings and those types of things. They almost have to.
Yeah.
This thing. This stone right here is actually more important than they lead you to believe. This stone is probably going to be in all 3 of the movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll see. The Arkenstone, and it's so important, and the king is obsessed with it, and all this stuff, and then you're going to see what happens to it, and then you don't fucking see it again for the rest of the movie. You just kind of forget that it exists. But you'll see it in the second movie, and it plays a very important role in the third movie, I believe. Second or third movie. Shit goes down. Look at how much gold he has. Look at that.
I love gold.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
Could you imagine him
Just
diving into the
through
gold
it.
and swimming through the gold?
Blowing coins
Yeah,
out of his
blowing
mouth.
coins out of his mouth on the upstroke. Look at him. He's fucking crazy. He's obsessed with it. I wonder if he's like just lamenting the fact that his grandpa is so obsessed with the gold, or if he's like starting to secretly covet the gold too, or what's going on there.
Yeah, I think he looks like he's disappointed with his father.
His grandfather.
Yeah, his grandfather being into the gold that much. Just being obsessed with it.
Yeah, caring more about it than his own kingdom and all that stuff. That's what it looks like anyway. That's one of the 14. That dude that he just talked to.
Oh yeah, from the...
He's that old ass gnome that you see later. A fire drake. Draco.
Just leave the kid there.
They pronounce it.
They just let go of the kid and walk off.
Well, you gotta throw the kid in front of the dragon so you got enough time to get away, dude. That's bait. So, needless to say, bad day for that city. Smog. I've never heard it pronounced like that. Schmaug. Because I watched the original cartoon. The old crappy cartoon. That's his first instinct. Go and run and get the stone.
Do you remember how...
Like the dragon's attacking this...
close this is with the old Hobbit cartoon?
I have recently watched the Hobbit cartoon to see how closely the story goes. Pretty close. The two movies are actually pretty close.
I haven't seen it for a long time, so I don't really remember. But...
Well, my son wanted to watch it, so we watched it. There goes the stone. And he's going to go in after it.
Yeah. Can't get your life back if you jump in there.
Oh, yeah.
And then the stone's pointless anyways.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I got the stone, and I'm dead. And there's the elves.
And his
They're like,
gigantic
holy shit.
elk.
They see all the devastation. Like, damn, we don't know if it's worth it. He's like, you're coming, ain't you?
Like, nah, I don't think we're going to be able to help out on this.
This is a fucking Vulcan thing. Look at that, he just turns his head. You fucking asshole.
Why even show up?
Yeah, just march your whole army there and be like, nah, never mind. Maybe next time the dragon attacks your city and takes it over. And you lose everything.
We just came to take a look.
We were just passing through. Sorry to see you're having a bad day. Oh, yeah. And dwarves live for longer than humans.
Yeah.
So, you know. In fact, fucking hobbits live longer than humans.
He looks like
Bilbo is 111.
The tallest dwarf.
He might be.
That's...
I mean...
yeah.
That's how you get to be king of the dwarfs. You're taller than everyone. this is the traditional beginning.
Yeah.
In a hole in the ground.
The Shire.
I believe this is like the very first sentence of the book, The Hobbit. And there's Frodo Baggins.
I saw in a documentary.
I was joking. I was like, "Hey, is Frodo in this movie?" And you're like, "Yeah." And I thought you were bullshitting me.
He's in it.
He's in the movie. First part. Right before his life changes completely forever. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I saw in a documentary about Lord of the Rings where Peter Jackson kept this house here, and he like uses it as like a summer house.
That'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah, it would. It was on like a National Geographic's documentary about Lord of the Rings.
So did they use it for the filming of this one?
I don't know.
Or did they rebuild the whole
I'm not sure about
shebang?
that.
I mean, you'd think because it's like right there still.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
The one that was in Lord of the Rings, anyways.
How do you forget the party? The party that you've decided to tell everyone that you're leaving forever. Oh, I forgot about that one. Is it today? Is it today that I'm leaving forever? You'd think you'd keep track of that shit.
You'd remember that.
Yeah. It still smells of troll. He's hiding all of his favorite stuff. Stealing his stuff. Family stealing your shit. After I'm gone. Never mind. And that's what Frodo was talking about in the first movie, when he was like, something's odd about Bilbo lately, but he won't tell me.
I think you're crazy.
Odd. Unsociable.
No admit it.
It's not being unsociable. He's just saying, no one come to my fucking house unless you have to. You know who. Whiz Pop.
Yeah, yes. Whiz Poppers.
Yeah, and that's why when you see him the first time in the other movies, just chilling in the forest, just waiting. I love that pipe. I should get one exactly like it someday.
Big smoke ring.
Yeah. There's no ship sailing through the middle of this smoke ring.
It's like a smoke hula hoop.
But something magical happens with it. That's a butterfly. And now it's Dent off the Dent. 60 years earlier. That answered a lot of questions when they put that 60 years earlier. I was like, okay, thank you. This first scene, the way Gandalf's eyes look in this first scene are just... they don't look right to me.
Right now?
Yeah. I don't know why. In this first scene, his eyes look weird to me, but in the rest of the movie, they look normal.
Huh. I didn't really...
And it was more exaggerated on the other copy. I didn't notice it as much this time. Make you late for dinner. Now, since we're seeing him act like this, I have to bring up the fact that this is the character that played Arthur Dent in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And he is fantastic at playing the unwitting hero that, you know, gets sucked up in an adventure that he doesn't want to go on.
Yeah,
he is brilliant at that. Any movie that has that as the main premise, you need this guy to do it. He's great. He does not want an adventure. He doesn't want them. Go away. But he ends up going on them anyway and being the hero.
Does his staff look slightly different?
Yeah,
than it did in the Lord of the Rings?
I think the staff is different. Hey, it's 60 years, dude. Staffs change
that's true.
after half 100 years.
That is true.
It's over half a century.
His
hat looks different to me in this one.
I know he had some kind of stone on it, I believe.
Yeah, he had a stone in the second one that lit
up.
Light. Yeah. Probably had other magical stuff with it too. We just don't know about.
Yeah, he'd upgraded all of his stats by then.
Dude, that's 60 years of leveling.
Yeah.
He's probably maxed out at a Grey Wizard by the time he gets to Lord of the Rings. That's why he has to go up to a new class.
Yeah.
Is that the bottom of his staff?
It's got a nail through it.
It's got a nail through it? What? Or did he pick up a piece of wood with a nail through it? Was that his staff?
That's what I got the impression like it was his staff.
I mean, that was my first impression, but why the fuck would you have a nail sticking out the bottom of your staff? Maybe it's magic. Maybe it's explained in the book.
Maybe.
Maybe that's a special nail that has to be there. Or maybe they just needed a nail.
Maybe they just didn't want to shoot a scene where he found a piece of wood with a nail in it.
What are you, crazy? That would be totally worth showing. Yeah, I can't imagine. I haven't read the books. Neither of you.
No.
Can't even imagine how much stuff they had to leave out. I know a little bit of stuff they had to leave out. And some of it they put in the special extended editions. Like the magical elvish rope and all this stuff.
Didn't clean the fish at all.
He's just sitting down for dinner. Hi. Yeah, and in Hitchhiker's Guide, he was wearing a fucking bathrobe the entire fucking movie.
Yeah, he was.
So seeing him in this bathrobe is funny. He's like, what the fuck?
He's just eating his food.
He's like, do we know each other? No.
Just ate his dinner.
Can't be a rude house guest.
You could feed him, but something else.
He's like, more? Oh, yeah, sure. He's like, oh God. He's gonna caveman that shit.
Gonna clean him out.
Gee, thanks. I only live here and hear that fucking bell every time someone... There's the dude. That was the guard. He's definitely more of a main character gnome than some of the other gnomes.
So I think it might rain later.
Now this reminds me of something from a different show completely. The way these dwarves greet each other, it reminds me of something that Klingons would do to greet each other. They're just like, dirty and rough and barbarian-like, and they're just... Dwarves are like the fucking Klingons of the Lord of the Rings. Don't they have that same feel? They're like warriors, and they're like gruff, and they're hairy, and just all this stuff. They're barbarians. They remind me of barbarians.
I think it's supposed to be cheese.
It's supposed to be cheese, but it's gone blue.
Could be blue cheese.
It's called blue cheese, motherfucker. They made it like that on purpose.
He does have a lot of food.
That's the only thing they fucking heard was, "I'm sorry." I could eat again if you insist. Killy, killy, killy.
Mr. Boggins.
Nope. Yeah, Boggins. Cancelled? Nothing's cancelled. Oh, good. We'll just barge right in then.
Straight to the food.
Oh yeah, take care of all my shit too.
Cleaning the dirt off his shoes on his furniture.
Just like rearrange his fucking house.
There's about to be some more.
He needs to phone the police or something.
Who do you call? I think you got to do something about it.
Good Lord. You think like, hey, another couple of dwarves are going to show up. Put that back.
They're eating everything.
He's just standing there saying, put it back.
Jesus.
No knife necessary. Can I hear you, laddie? They're Scottish or Irish. They're the same.
They're
that won't piss either one of those groups off. I am both. I get to make fun of those groups because I'm both.
Because you're Irish and Scottish?
So if you try to make fun of those groups, then I get all offended, right?
That's how
I don't give a shit. I think it's funny.
You'll hit me with your shillelagh?
Yeah, I will. That just reminds me of some Klingon shit right there, like, kapla! Aye, laddie. Irish Klingons.
A little...
A fruity bouquet.
Wow.
Look at that. That's a shot glass. That's a shot glass for Gandalf. Did he hit his head on the light in the other movie?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Because I was waiting for that to happen, and I was like, that must have happened in the other movie. That's why I was waiting for it.
Just having a food fight.
And he goes to his pantry. Aww.
They ate everything.
They did. And he's walking on the food. They're like, get the fuck off of there. How the fuck does Gandalf handle hanging out with all these dwarves? He doesn't seem like the type of person that would get along with these people. Okay. That's just... wow. He wins. Crochet, it's the same thing. Some crochet balls. Crochet hammer. Or mallet. I think I'm the only American that's ever played croquet. My parents own a croquet set.
Still.
We got 4 hammers and 4 balls and a bunch of these little hoops to hit them through and sticks and all these things. When was the last time you played croquet or saw someone play croquet?
Not for a long, long time.
Probably the last time you saw me do it, huh?
When I was a little kid, I think.
Now, this song is in the book.
Is it?
Yeah.
The song?
The song is in the book. And it's also in the original Hobbit movie.
Huh.
So that's why they put in this one.
I have to go back and watch that movie. It's been a long time.
This version of the song is way fucking better than any other version I've heard.
He just wipes it off.
Yeah, he just wipes it off.
I'll be a little nervous.
Gandalf's just like, hey.
Throwing my stuff everywhere.
He's like, hey, nothing's broken. You better calm down. Now let me smoke my pipe again. Look at all of them. I see 4 pipes there. 3 or 4. Like I said, I totally want to get a pipe like that someday.
He is here. He is the tallest dwarf. He could almost pass for just a short, regular guy.
He definitely has the most royal bearing of the entire group.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell just by the way he walks and stands that he looks like he's of royal stature. What other movies has this guy been in? You don't know?
Nah, I don't.
I figured you'd have I thought you'd have a list in your head.
I don't know. I have to
You're
watch
like,
him, and
I will have a list in my head. I feel like I've seen him before in other movies, and
I don't know. The first time I saw it, I didn't think that I had seen him in anything. But
I really like the look of his character. He's the best looking dwarf. To me. He has tattoos on his head. Dude had tattoos on his bald dwarf head. Look at that.
What is that? Just notches in his head?
It looked like something you'd scan in a barcode machine.
I love that one guy's beard. He's got all those twisty ties in his beard.
Yeah. That dude right there. His hair's all braided up, and then it comes down.
Oh no, not
braided.
that guy.
Oh, you're talking about a different guy.
This guy's got so many braids in his beard.
Now, in the cartoon, I'm pretty sure those letters next to that hand are
there
invisible. Oh, him.
Yeah, see all those.
Yeah, he looks Scottish with all those. Looks like a Scottish thing to do. He just made fire.
He's got a lot of crazy stuff going on in his beard too.
He's like the wizard he's like a fire wizard. Schmoog of our age.
He's got an ear horn.
This is the like 3rd or 4th age or something. I can't remember. Right up his Jackson. Yeah, he's the dude that runs it. He's Leroy Jenkins of the group. He's like, let's go get him, guys. And then everyone dies. Oh, yeah, hundreds. No. What? He wants a number.
None.
He's like... He turned to British all of a sudden. He's like...
Later he kills a Balrog, though.
He does. And those are like...
Years and years later.
Kick-ass 60
years later.
Schmaug. When I was a kid, it was Smog. Like in the cartoon, it was Smog. I like the pronunciation in this one better. I'm just not used to it.
I gotta put some finesse on it.
It sounds better to me. It's like, hey, Smog the dragon. That's like Pete the dragon. It's not as cool. He's not a friendly dragon, by the way.
What is that, a back door?
Yeah, it's like a special secret passage into the for the royal family. Duh. Well, we got a key.
So what are they going to do? They're going to kick the dragon out and reclaim the castle? Rebuild it?
I guess.
I mean, he destroyed it.
Yeah, but with all that treasure, you could rebuild if you got the treasure back.
True.
Didn't end up a scorched.
Take the gold and start from the ground up elsewhere.
Yeah. Well, no, he'd want to stay there and rebuild it because it's his grandfather's kingdom and all that shit. Yeah, that dragon's had to have fucked that place up.
They need a thief.
Yeah, it always made, like, why? Did you ever watch the cartoon again?
No.
They hired a burglar, and they're like, oh, we need this burglar, and then they get there, and they're like, go in there and steal us a cup. And he goes in there and he steals them a cup, and they're like, okay, good job, you've done it, burglar. What was the point in doing that? What? Yay, you got a cup now. You hired him, you took him there, and he stole you a cup.
They don't use
Good
the cup
job.
for anything?
No, it's just a cup. He just had to prove that he went in there and stole something.
Okay.
He just had to go in there and prove that he stole something. That was the whole point of the journey. What? That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. He's like, oh, no, don't say all that stuff. I love when Gandalf gets mad like that. The whole room turns dark. Yeah. Everything seems to bend around him, and he gets bigger.
I'm not
That's
going
like
with
when
you.
he was, don't take me for some conjurer of cheap tricks. And that's when he gets all pissed off and black and grrr.
We're not responsible if you die.
Yeah, we're not responsible for this shit. Oh, it sounds like if he dies on the journey, he gets free funeral arrangements.
Well, at least you got that going for you.
It won't trouble your family with.
Are they going to bring the body
funeral
back?
expenses?
They're going to bring the body back to the Shire?
Probably not.
Or are they going to just bury him where he dies?
If any. Including, but not limited to, evisceration. Oh, aye, laddie. I don't recollect I told you about the fire-breathing killing machine.
I feel a bit faint.
You're not helping. We get it. He's like, I'm not going to pass out. I'm not going to pass out. Nope, never mind. I'm going to pass out. Ooh. He's like, what? He's part Took. Pettigrew Took from the first movie. His family is related to the Tooks. They're the adventurers. A Took. Took.
Of Baggins.
A Took. He's like, God damn it. He's like, I know. I know, I've heard that story a million times.
You gotta be like Indiana Jones.
Yeah. He's like, what? I don't remember that part. I don't believe you make that up. Yeah. If.
Yeah.
No. He didn't bullshit him and lie to him just then. That's so awesome that he did that just then. He could have just been, oh yeah, I promise you I'll keep you safe. No, I can't. You know that, I know that. Everyone knows that you can't promise that.
Yeah.
So don't even fucking try. Thank you for not trying to bullshit him, Gandalf. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, but just like in every movie, you know the main character ahead of time is going to go on the adventure. Yeah. And you're basically watching to see how he gets to this adventure. You know what's going to happen. You've seen this in a movie a million times where the dude's like, no, I'm not doing adventures, I'm not going on that, I'm not saving the day. And of course they end up fucking somehow they get roped into the shit. You know he's going to get roped into this shit. Because if not, this is the end of the movie right here. They all leave, and then that's the end of the movie.
Well, they
credits roll.
They go get another burglar.
Yeah, they just go. Yeah, fuck Bilbo.
They go to the Thieves Guild and.
Yeah, they go to the Thieves Guild in Skyrim and the Shire. No. Okay, fuck that. He's like, all right, never mind. He just overrode everything. There's a choice. He could just say fuck it.
We have to go there.
He could. He could just say fuck it.
Laddie.
Wouldn't be much of an adventure if he just said fuck it. It was like, nah.
It just goes there by himself.
Oh, great. Everyone's got their pipes out. So, from what I understand, from what I remember, this song was also in the movie, the old movie, which leads me to believe that it was probably also in the book.
Probably so. They felt it was important enough to put it in all.
Yeah, don't know for sure, but, you know, when I see two different versions, both telling me the same shit, and it's exactly the same song both times. He either directly stole it from the other movie, probably not,
yeah,
or it was in the original source material, which, from what I understand, was not uncommon.
Yes, I remember
for him to put Elvish, Dwarven, and all sorts of songs in the story. The Hobbits have a song too that they he wrote down the lyrics for and maybe even wrote music to. He put a lot of detail into the world that he created. That's why I'm going to buy the Lord of the Rings Bible. It's like the Bible of Middle-earth, basically. Tells
everything.
Tells how their God created the universe and the beginnings of everything and everything that leads up to.
It talks about everything in the whole
that leads up to the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings and all that stuff. It's called the Silmarillion, and I fucking hope I pronounced that right. So he gets up and he's like,
great, they're gone.
It's like, is anyone here? He's walking around very British. He's like, is anyone here? Hello? It's like, they've got to be in here. No, they're gone. Are they up there? No. They're not fucking Santa. They're not making toys either.
All 13 of them didn't climb up the chimney.
Yeah. Alright, everything is back to regular, no adventures. He's like, okay, I avoided the adventure. Good job. I did it. Yep. No adventures for me. It's like, shit, no adventures for me. It's not too late.
He leaves it there conveniently.
It's like, fuck. I wasn't sure about this music when it first started.
Wait, he just left his clothes on the clothesline.
Fuck it, dude.
He's going
on an adventure.
He's got Frodo.
Fuck, dude. Everything in his house is like left in that state until he gets back now. I guess if I was gonna go away for like a year or two, I'd clean before I'd leave. Yeah, and they're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Hobbits don't run through the Shire, jumping over fences and through the fields and all this shit. What are you doing? We don't rush. Yeah, what are you late for? This is the Shire.
Yeah.
We don't
You
be
have
late.
nothing but smoke, pipe tobacco, eat,
and fucking
drink beer,
do your gardening.
Yeah.
Whoa, hey. He's like, I'll be damned. I still don't understand why they want him to go on the journey. Like, to me, it just doesn't make sense why these dwarves would give a shit at all about this hobbit being on the journey.
The dragon don't know what hobbits smell like.
Yeah. So
He
they could have got a human, an elf, or any other,
Gandalf could have probably done a great job.
He doesn't smell like a dwarf. And he's got magic.
Yeah. He can levitate
Fuck
it.
Bilbo. They don't need Bilbo. But it's a good thing they brought him along. He ends up playing an important role. Give him a pony.
Give him a mini horse.
I mean, they all get ponies. You'd have to be, bigger than your average dwarf to not have a pony.
Hobbits are even smaller than dwarves.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny to me. They have, when their horses get too big for it, they have to sell them to, like, people.
Yeah.
And then go buy some ponies again. So they're in this perpetual state of buying a new fucking horse because once it's fully grown. That's fucking great, isn't it? Just like 2 seconds out of the house, he's already having an allergic reaction and he wants to go back home.
He forgot his handkerchief.
It's like, we're on the journey. The journey has started. We ain't turning around for a fucking handkerchief.
Nah.
He's like, thanks for that. I'd just throw it on the ground and keep going on with it. Like, no, thank you. Shire. Yeah, he's probably never seen deep forest like this, or at least not very often. I wonder if that's a miniature or if that was a helicopter shot or what was that shot?
Oh, that's nasty.
There's no way they'd survive. Those wings would get wet and they'd be stuck inside of him. And he'd be like, and he'd have all these bugs in his mouth. And if I was the bug, I would not keep flying in front of the dude that keeps sucking me into his mouth and blowing me back out again. Not doing it. What the fuck was that? It's like shit. He's like orcs. Now they're trying to make it more... I mean, orcs is scary enough. But now they're trying to make it more scary. It's like there's not a goddamn thing to be fucking laughing about when orcs come to your camp and kill everyone in the middle of the night. Because it's real shit that could happen. Aye, laddie. You have. So after they got kicked out of the mountain, they're like, fuck that. We're getting our shit back. But by the time they got there, the orcs were like, nah, we're taking your shit. So now they're going to fight a giant battle with the orcs before they can fight the dragon. Maybe if they would have if they would have combined their armies and fought the dragon, they might have won. But that ain't going to happen. Shit. And he started. No. He's dead. I gotta say, before this guy's dead and gone from the story, I love that beard jewelry that he wore. That fucking beard jewelry was awesome, dude.
That was pretty
I
badass.
just gotta say, before that character's gone forever, his beard jewelry kicked fucking ass. I wish I could grow a beard like that just so I could wear that. I'm serious, dude. That fucking beard jewelry, wasn't that fucking awesome? I looked at it, I was like, that is fucking pimp as shit, dude.
It was pretty cool.
So his grandfather gets his head chopped off in front of him. His dad just burns out. He's gone. So it's him versus Defiler is his name. Oakenshield. Huh.
Now you stab him again.
You know, that was probably a case of that dude is so fucking arrogant and he thinks he can just kill everyone so easily that he got careless.
Yeah.
And he got his fucking arm chopped.
They should have cut his head off.
Yeah, you'd think, like, while he's stammering around like that, it's like, stab him in the face while you're at it.
You got to double tap.
Yeah. Yeah, always do a headshot. After you think they're dead, assume they're not dead. Like in the movies, just assume they're not dead and stab them again. Fuck taking chances. Oh. Now he survived the dragon attack, this battle that they're at right here. And he survived up until now. He's been through some shit, is what I'm saying. And he was already old.
Yeah, he was old. That took years and years to get back there.
Yeah. And he's got his new shield. He's just carrying around this fucking log. Fuck yeah. He definitely looks like a king dwarf.
Yeah. He does look like a leader.
Yeah. He's Dwarfagorn. He's the Aragorn of dwarves. The Pale Orc. What happened to him? He just assumes that he's dead, and Gandalf looks at him like, yeah, not so much on the dead Pale Orc thing. Doesn't it look like that troubles him? Like, shit. He thinks the orc is dead.
He already knows he's not.
Like, wouldn't you say, like, everyone who, killed the Pale Orc, step forward. Not so fast. Uh-oh. See? An orc night raid is nothing to fucking laugh about. Because now it's real. Now the orcs know about the dwarves.
Yeah.
They're coming to get him. Oh, his pipe went out. And that downpour. Who would have guessed? He doesn't look like he's enjoying that part of the journey. Deluge.
Yeah, what is he supposed to do about
Well,
it?
he might be a weather wizard. The weather wizard. I believe that is a supervillain in the DC universe. Pretty sure. Saruman. Did you say blue? There's 2 blue wizards?
And then there's the brown wizard.
And a brown one. The brown. Or is he more like you? I didn't think we'd ever get to see another wizard besides Gandalf and Saruman, and of course he's spoiler bad guy in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And this one he's a good guy still. As far as I can tell. He still seems like kind of a douche when
That's all the wizards.
when you meet him. Now this guy definitely, if you're gonna pick a color for him to be as a wizard, brown or green was definitely the right ones, because he is definitely like the earthy
he's the
wizard
hippie.
guy.
He's the
hippie.
wizard.
He's the hipper. The wizzy? I don't know how to combine hippie and wizard effectively. He's definitely the nature wizard. Oh no. Are you pissed off at this part? Because of that animal? That animal is CG. I know you hate CG. You and I can both tell that it's CG animal.
Yeah.
We know it's CG. No animal is going to do the type of stuff that they need the animal to do. Some of these could be practical shots. Like they could have like a puppet on the table or something like that. But I just assume they did it all CG. It's probably cheaper.
He doesn't want the medicine.
He's doing everything, dude. I think that's hilarious. Just there's like, oh, let me get my smoker out. Oh, what if it is? It's like, it's not like it's fucking magic. Holy shit. A dog. Dog. His voice changes. Dog. Unpowerful.
Well, then there is more. There's more than just the 4 or 5 wizards that he talked about.
What do you mean?
Well, that Gandalf was just talking about.
Yeah. Well, okay, what do you mean?
Well, he's talking about a dark magic.
Oh, well, Well, there's like the Order of Wizards. It goes into much greater detail in the books. But like the White Wizard is like the head of the order, and then they're like ranked down below that, and Gandalf I guess is second.
Yeah.
Blue guys, and then the brown dude at the bottom, I guess. I'm not sure.
Wonder if you ever get to see them.
Or maybe the blue guys are in front of Gandalf. I just assumed Gandalf was the second most powerful. My son really didn't like the part where the animal died. That really upset him.
He was not okay with that?
No, he wasn't. And then he's like, oh, hey, And then it was okay again after this. The spiders are like, holy shit, that was some powerful magic. Juju stuff.
We're getting out of here.
I guess that scared him away. His energy level. His power level. He's like, I'll tell you. It's like, come on, boss. yeah, the rabbits. I was like, huh?
They're like special rabbits.
Is that a rabbit sled team that I'm seeing?
They're like special rabbits, too.
Yeah, they're
Can't
like...
remember what he calls them, but...
Ruscatail rabbits or some shit.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name. It's something like that. Hey, nice fucked up old house.
Philly Killy.
Kitty. Every time I hear that dude's name, it reminds me of Sanal Adamaruku, this guy that he had magic spells placed on him. This guy was like telling him he could hex him and kill him. And he's like, well, do it to me. Do it to me right now. And the dude's like, killy, 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 and he like starts flicking water on his face trying to kill him and do all these magic spells. And the dude's just sitting there laughing at him. So every time I hear killy, killy, I'm like, killy, 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 and I think of the dude flicking water in the dude's face, and then he like requests a knife, and he's like, well, you know, if you use a knife to kill me, that's not really magic. It's not like they just betrayed his whole family. He's part of that family too. He was sitting there when they were like, nah, and they turned away.
Yeah.
They
He was there for all
They betrayed
that.
him too. And that old dwarf dude right there, he was there. He's on myself.
Had enough dwarves for
Nice.
one day.
Goddamn fucking no good dwarves. I hate the lot of them. The only good dwarf is a dead dwarf. I'm ready to instigate my final solution of dwarves.
Take this to the lads.
Lads. Aye, laddie. So, dwarves are Scottish, and the hobbits are Irish.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's what I'm picking up from this. And that of course means that Klingons are Scottish. Duh. Logic, bitch. Take that. 14. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what the bigger problem is? A big fucking trees that have just been uprooted.
Yeah.
Let's not worry them. We're like, we don't want to get in trouble yet. Possibly. Name something that can uproot a fucking tree that isn't dangerous. He's still carrying around this food.
Yeah, he's still got the balls.
Now, he should have just left them. No, he goes back and he grabs the fucking bowls again. What are you gonna do? Maybe the trolls will take
They're
that
gonna stop
food.
and eat.
Now he's got to hide with the food. He's like, yeah, we should do something. You do it. It's perfectly safe. We'll be right behind you. You fucking... And they got their food now. 1, 2, 3. They're gone. So now we know what happened to the farmer. Oh, that's... Ugh.
A floater.
They don't even pick it out. They just mix it in. He's stirring it. He's stirring it. Trolls are nasty and dirty. So even the troll has a fucking pocket handkerchief. And Bilbo forgets his. Maybe he can borrow the troll's.
Yeah. That would be like a blanket.
A nasty blanket. Holy shit. Except the chicken. He's like, never mind. A sprinkle of squirrel dung. They have kind of a Three Stooges quality to them, don't they? Ugh. Taste the boogery goodness. Isn't that what Chris Rock said?
Yeah.
Taste the booger? Or something. He's like, ugh. Troll ass. Ah. What's come out of me hooter? He thinks he blew that out of his nose. A burglar. I'm a burglar. Hi. I'm robbing you. I feel like there's boogers all over that spoon that he's lugging around now. Ow. Okay. He's lying. Now in the original one, in the cartoon, Bilbo goes, "Hey dwarves, run away!" Basically telling the trolls that there's a bunch of dwarves to eat now.
He just gives up their position.
And so I liked in this one that he was like, "No, it's just me." And then the other dude's just like, "He's a liar!" Now these trolls take a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. It seems like they get chopped and smashed and all this stuff over and over again. But they cannot bring the trolls down. He's like, finally. Oh. Ow. Ow. See, I thought they're fucking them trolls up. They're gonna win.
They'll whip them off.
He's about to be unarmed. He's like, fuck. He's like, what? Fine. God damn it. He like throws the sword down. He's like, fuck. Squash him into jelly and eat him. People jelly. Dawn ain't far away. They know dawn's not far away.
They'll turn to stone.
Like, how dare you insult us? Flurger burger.
A flurger burger.
Yes, I'm telling you. Oh, no, don't say that. They're like, what the fuck? Wobbish.
Boots and all.
No. He's infected. You what? In his tubes. I really wouldn't. Shut up, you idiots. Oh. Yeah, now all of a sudden they're covered in them. What? You could.
This little ferret.
Ferret. Tell him what you're gonna do before you do it. Can we eat him too? Oh. They shall not pass. Okay. Put an end to that. Now get us off of this fire. We're still cooking. Ugly face.
I'm curious how close they look to how they do in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
If they're positioned the exact same way.
Yeah. Did they show them in the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Was it in the extended or the original one?
I'm not sure which one it's in. I've seen the extended one more than any of them, so.
Yeah.
But in the first one, I'm pretty sure they pass them.
Well, I suspect we will be doing those other movies.
I'm pretty sure they walk past them in the first one and they bring it up.
Well, yeah, I know they bring it up.
They pass them at some point.
Okay. Well, I remember they talk about it. Bilbo tells the story to the kids in the Shire at one point during the fireworks, or right before fireworks. And I'd also be interested to know if the fireworks dragon looks anything like Smog is going to look. Because you don't really get to see him in this movie hardly at all.
No.
You see like a flash. A nice, clean troll cave.
And they're making 2 more sequels of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when it was just one movie, Then I remember hearing the news that it was going to be 2 movies. And then I remember hearing the news, okay, it's going to be 3.
It's got to be 3. It's got to be in the new trilogy.
Yeah, it's got to be another trilogy. Which, more movies they want to make of Lord of the Rings, as long as they don't suck, I'm okay with. As long as they keep it true to the source material, it's going to be pretty consistent with the rest of the movies. And I'm pretty sure that's the same sword that Gandalf has in the Lord of the Rings. Pretty sure he kept that sword for the next 60 years. He's like, fuck elves. He's like, well, maybe if it's one of the best swords ever. And it looks like he almost cut his finger when he took that sword out. Every time he takes that sword, I'm like, looks like he cut his finger. It's like, you fucking idiots. If you survive this journey and you defeat the dragon or any of that shit, you're not gonna give a shit about that gold left in that fucking troll cave.
You're not gonna go all the way back for that.
Hey, hey, another sword. What is this piece of shit?
That's a Hobbit-sized sword.
It's a sword without a name. I love the shape of that sword. Down towards the bottom of the sword is skinnier. Then as you work towards the tip, it gets fatter. Then as it works even further towards the tip, it gets skinny to the point. And that's the exact same shape as an ancient Greek sword. The Spartans used a sword called the Xiphos that had that exact same shape to it. And it was known as, like, the most efficient stabbing sword in history. So, I assume that's why they made that sword after that, because it's a very efficient stabbing blade, and it's named Sting because you poke, like a stinger. You
because
poke
it stings people.
You poke it directly in instead of slashing about. It's a stabbing sword. That's what it was designed for. See the way it gets fatter?
Yeah.
That's exactly like an old Xiphos. The old Spartan swords.
And it lights up
Same
blue.
type of swords that the Greeks from the 300
And that's
story.
the same sword that lights up blue when it gets near orcs, right?
Yep. There's Radagast. It's like, hey, we were just talking about you. I like what he says later about how he does too many mushrooms. It's like I forgot. Ugh. Great. CG stick insect. Did they get a new fucking Gandalf hat for this movie? That fucking hat is really annoying me. That hat just doesn't look right to me. He must have just bought that.
It's got to look newer.
Yeah.
He's younger.
Yeah, I guess. Then how come his robes don't look that much newer too? His robes look like the same robes.
Maybe he got his hat years before he got his robes.
Quit making up excuses, damn it. Trying to explain things with your plausible deniability, damn it. What is that? Reasonable doubt. God damn you.
Necromancer.
This is like haunted. I was like, something's gonna happen with that statue. And then sure enough, I was like, okay, something happened with the statue. It's like, what was that? It was a distraction.
Necromancer.
That was a clever distraction. Okay. The ghosts look really good in these movies.
Yeah.
I like the way the ghosts look. And the way things stretch like that. Ah. He's like, get the fuck out of Mel. And of course you gotta have some bats flying behind him.
They already start running.
Because if you're gonna have some scary shit in a movie, and it's flying, it's gotta be fucking bats. Oh. Now, those aren't just regular bats. Those are like giant-ass bats.
He's getting scared.
Try some old Toby. It'll help settle your nerves. The smoke comes out of his ear. Are you sure? You've been eating some of your mushrooms again? What the fuck is this? Love the way he unties it. So he may be a nutter, but he's still a wizard and he knows some shit. It's worse. Okay, you're dead. Jesus. The orc pack. What do you mean, orc pack? Well, someone found out about your journey and is trying to sabotage it.
Yeah.
Does that mean one of the dwarves betrayed the group, or how did they find out?
I don't know. I don't
think they ever answer that in this movie.
I don't think they do. You'll probably find out in the
I
last
hope they
one.
answer it in the next one.
Yeah.
I hope it's not just like, oh, we don't know how they found out.
I don't imagine you'll find out till the last one.
Yeah. Yeah, that may be true. Well,
I
they got to
don't know.
reveal some stuff in the
Yeah.
second one. We'll have to wait and see. It's a good distraction.
They can't catch him. The rabbits are too fast.
I'd like to see them try. It's like, these rabbits are the shit. Damn.
I hope they got
Who would
good
notice
stamina,
14
though.
dwarves in a big line like that? Whoa, stop. Whoa. He's like, let's not talk about that right now. He's like, hurry up, everyone, go. And then he's like, where are we going?
You'll see where we're going.
Yeah, I'll show you when we get there. You'll see. I hated that as a kid. You'll see. Just tell me now, damn it. He's like, get ready. He's like, go. Oh, didn't blow the horn, but lots of noise. It's like, something's going on over there.
The dwarf scum.
So I guess they're done chasing the rabbit guy.
Yeah, he's just gone. Use some magic, Gandalf.
Yeah. Use some fire. Fire! He's got a little secret. He's got a secret. Killy, shoot them! Killy's one of my favorite dwarves, too. Not just because of his name.
Yeah, that slingshot ain't gonna do much.
Alright, he took out his blade. That those dirty elves made. Orale, ese. Get in there. Jump, go. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay. Oh. Killer! Alright, now we're in a hole. Oh. Alright, get him. He's dead. So those goddamn dirty elves showed up to save the day. He's like, God damn it. He hates being saved by elves. Should we go to the battle or the other way? Not allowed to stretch. We are about halfway through the movie at this point. Letting you and the audience know. I don't know why I'm telling anyone. That's not that. Knowing how much time is left in the movie skews the way I view the rest of the movie. Like, if I know the movie's getting ready to end soon, then I'm, like, ready for, like, major shit to happen. You know, to, like, finish up the story and everything. If there's, like, only 10 minutes left, it's like some major shit needs to happen in the next few minutes. And that is my screensaver for my...
Nobody ever shows
the
up
background for my Rivendell. Or, the background for my Rivendell. My Rivendell, it's mine. The background for my PlayStation
Your theme
is the Rivendell theme, yes. Or the Lord of the Rings theme. And most of the time, it's Rivendell that shows up.
He's not happy.
Yeah, he's pissed.
He's disappointed with his decision.
Resident wizard. Well, yeah. They're fucking elves. He's like, you don't fucking get it, do you? We're gonna go there, we're gonna learn the shit that they know, and then we're gonna burn out. We're not gonna chill there, we're not gonna become best friends with the elves. We're just gonna figure out what they know, the shit that we don't know, and then we're gonna burn out. But he can't stand the fact that he's even gonna get any help at all from the fucking dirty elves. So yeah, Mithrandir is the Elvish name for Gandalf. Gandalf has a different fucking name for every group of people. Humans got a name for him. Elves got a name for him. Hobbits got a name for him. The Hobbit name for Gandalf is Gandalf.
Yeah.
He's that's like the only group of people that don't have like a special super name for him. Like he's known as the Grey Pilgrim in some places, and in other places he's known as this, and in another, and Mithrandir and here, and he's known as that. But when he goes to the Shire, they're like, oh, what's your name? And he's like, Gandalf, and they're like, we'll call you Gandalf. They didn't see any reason to make it more fancy. They didn't care. They're just like, oh, okay,
no need for that.
That's his name, Gandalf. We'll call you that. It seems like a simple Shire thing to do. And apparently, like Klingon, this is like a real fucking language that you can learn. Like from what I understand, I don't know for sure, but he took a lot of time and energy making sure the phonetics of the Elvish language made sense in a language. Like if you were to try to write it and read it and that type of stuff. So.
Son of Thrain.
Like, really? He made no mention of you piece of shit. You're just the king of the elves.
Oh, well.
It's like, oh, well, let's discuss this then.
We can't turn down that.
That changes everything. Where's the meat? They got any chips? He's like, he reminds me of like Andy Dick the dwarf. Doesn't he? He's out there.
Yeah, he does kind of have that.
He's like, right up as Jackson with my chips. It's like, ah, there you go.
Just don't put the horn in your ear.
Yeah. The goblin cleaver. They're the elves of the east. There's a western continent in this world,
yeah.
And that's where all the elves live. It's like, your sword's a piece of shit. Go on. It's a short sword. I'll grant him that. But I've seen short swords that are that short before. It's like, fuck that. Yeah. You have this magic map that only a few people in the entire world can read.
Yeah.
You need to know the secrets on it. You're standing in front of the king of the elves. He can read that shit. And he's like, fuck these cocksuckers. I'm not going to let them look at my map. You fucking asshole. Come on. I get it. You're still pissed off about that shit that happened way back then. This isn't even the same dude. Hidden text. I completely forgot all about this shit when I watched The Hobbit with my son. This fucking hidden letters. The secret hidden moon letters. No fucking clue. And in the book, or not in the book, in the other cartoon, it was like, oh, as long as the moonlight shines on the map, you can read
see it.
But in this one, it has to be the same shape of moon on the same day, and all this stuff. It's got to like line up perfectly. And it just so happens that, it just so happens it was written right around this time with this type of moon, and we've got this special moonstone that like resonates with the moonlight to make it so we can read it easier. This has to be a moonstone. I don't know what else would you call this special stone that like amplifies and emits moonlight when it gets or resonates with moonlight.
It just happens to be there.
Now, in the cartoon, I'm pretty sure it was the letters underneath of that hand that were the moon letters. Look at that stone. It's like a crystal or something. So that's like a moon crystal. Have you heard of the crystal palaces that are built on the moon from the aliens?
No.
It's on YouTube, it's true. I saw a video. Yeah, see, everything's got to line up like tumblers in a lock. Everything has to be lined up perfectly. You got to look at the map at the right time. You got to get to the fucking door at the right time. You got to be there when the fucking light shines on the keyhole at the right time. Otherwise, the door's invisible and you can't go in. It's magic. Magic shit. I'm okay with magic as long as everyone realizes it's not fucking real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting ready to buy the Silmarillion, the Lord of the Rings Bible. There's no danger of me, like, believing in those gods and taking that on as real and, basing my entire life on it. But as soon as people start to do that and they start to write policy and try to affect people's lives doing that shit, I'm going to be all against Lord of the Rings. I'm going to be like, this is hurting people. But as long as everyone knows it's magic, it's fake. These orcs are not real. We don't need to prepare for Sauron to come back. So they have confirmed the earlier look that Gandalf and that one dwarf gave each other, which was they kind of know something about that white orc. I don't know his real name. He's the Defiler. His nickname is how I know him. I'm not going to pronounce his or cock or whatever, or Jaka, whatever name they gave him. I don't know his name.
Scout out the woods.
Pretty sure his name is Cujo. Pretty sure that's it. Yeah. This fat hobbit, or not hobbit, dwarf. You can hear the creaking of the thing that he's sitting on. That was the sausage that broke the table's legs.
A little bit of extra weight.
It's like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's the sausage that broke the table. It's like, yeah, you gotta answer to other people. Like Galadriel. Well, no shit. She likes Gandalf. Like, I don't know if she likes Gandalf, but she had, she has an affinity for him. Yeah. I had to, like, fight the urge to be like, fuck you, as soon as I saw him on screen. Because it's like, if you've seen the other movies, what eventually happens to this guy. He basically betrays everybody and becomes a main bad guy.
He's not bad yet.
No, he's not a bad guy yet. But he's still kind of a douche. Like, they're trying to tell him, like, hey, some bad shit's getting ready to happen. He's like, nah. You got any proof? It's like, well, I mean, the sword is a good start. It at least is cause for concern, for further investigation. He's just like, nah. Like, he's dead. Don't worry about it. He's so certain that he's dead. It's like, he becomes a bad guy. He can't wait for him to come back. Are we at peace? It's like, yeah, it's not like that's never happened before. Trolls killing people and orcs attacking people.
No,
that'll never happen in the fucking Lord of the Rings. Or in Middle Earth. Now, does Saruman know that Sauron's coming back and he's like trying to deflect suspicion away? Maybe he's already a bad guy. See, I'm just suspicious of this cocksucker. Yeah, see what I'm saying? He's just like, nah. He just dismisses everything out of hand. It's like, that's ridiculous. Sure, I'm magic, and there's a whole bunch of other people out there that do magic, but this other magic is just ridiculous. They've addled his brain. Now she's doing her mind shit. She's gonna talk to him directly. Way she did in Frodo. Or did to Frodo in the other ones.
They're shining.
They're shining. Yes, they are. Well, she needs to call him Doc now. And offer him some ice cream, right? You want to get some ice cream, Doc?
Exactly.
And then Saruman's like, how did you know that we call him Doc?
Look, he looks like a Doc.
He's the Wiz. They call him Wiz instead of Doc in this one. Get it right. Buried with him in the deepest, darkest, deeperiest places we could go. Deep. Supery deep.
He dug out.
So dark. Never come to light. It's impossible. Special magic.
Sitting right there. It's a replica.
Now he's being good and skeptical right here. I credit him for saying, what proof do we have of that? But it's still like, we need to look into this further.
Yeah.
He just dismisses it completely. I'd be like, we don't know for sure it's the Witch King's sword. But we should investigate. We should look into this shit.
Yeah.
This is important.
Let's at least check on it.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're in a world like this where magic is fucking around every goddamn corner, is it really that hard to believe that there's another magic dude out there that we didn't fucking know about for a while? We know. This is funny. I love this part right here. She's like reading his mind and shit. He's like, you planned it all. He's like, yeah, pretty much. She's like, you clever little bastard. It almost looked like she was kind of happy that they did that. Like, ha ha ha, that's kind of funny. They've got what they need, and they've got a very limited amount of time to get to that keyhole, so time to burn out, basically. Before the elves can be like, no, we're going to try to stop you. Well, yeah. And he's just like, I would be okay with living at Rivendell.
Why doesn't Gandalf ever get the griffins to show up?
The griffin... Oh, you mean the giant eagles?
Yes, the giant eagles.
He, by the end of the Hobbit trilogy, you will see the giant eagles, if they follow the story. Same giant eagles that saved Frodo and Sam from the lava.
Yeah.
You should see them again. In fact, they should... God damn it, I don't want to give away too many spoilers. They're an important part of a battle later on. I don't think that's giving away too much. There's a battle later on in one of the movies in the trilogy, and they're part of it. Because I watched the original Middle-earth trilogy. The Hobbit.
Yeah, I never even knew that there was
The Lord of the Rings was made in like 78 by a different company from The Hobbit, and it covered Lord of the Rings and the first half of Two Towers. And then The Return of the King was the final one in that trilogy, and that covered the rest of Two Towers and Return of the King.
How different is it from this?
I mean, some of it is different, but it's very similar.
Okay.
Both of them really did try to stay true to the source material. But the animation from the 78 one is like this people and cartoons put together on the screen, and was made in 78 before that technology was like decent at all. This is not Dick Tracy or this is not Roger Rabbit.
It's not Sin City.
It's not Roger Rabbit is what I meant to say. Why did I say Dick Tracy? I don't know where that came from. I was thinking something totally different. But the detective and Roger Rabbit is what I was thinking of. But yeah, not very good at the illustration. And then sometimes you'll see the characters that are usually animated on screen with the bad guys who are not animated. And it costs too much money, so they just said, fuck it, we're not animating anyone in this shot at all. So the hobbits don't look like they normally do throughout the rest of the movie because it's just two regular actors running around.
Yeah.
But then in the rest of the movie, they're animated.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's really strange and weird. But that company went belly up because the audience was lied to. The dude who made the movie intended it to be part 1 of 2. The studio was like, you can't fucking put part 1 in. And so everyone's like, oh, yay, Lord of the Rings. They thought the story was going to end. So they show up they watch the movie and they're like, it doesn't end. And everyone fucking hated it. And then the company went belly up. And they never got to make part 2. So then the original company that made The Hobbit stepped in. And they're like, okay, we'll use the original animation from The Hobbit and we'll finish the story. Just so the trilogy can finally be ended. Now that's kind of weird for two companies to...
Yeah.
For one company to care about a story so much that they're going to finish what another company left off. I don't think that would happen today.
I've just never had any idea that there was another Lord of the Rings.
I mean, I knew there was a Hobbit, but I didn't know there was another Lord of the Rings. I didn't know there was a whole nother trilogy.
Yeah.
A crappy trilogy that includes Hobbit and splits Two Towers in between two movies, and they have to get rid of some stuff, you know, to make it all fit. I thought this part was pretty pimp. rock giants. Or stone giants.
Just what they needed.
That's fucking crazy, dude. I didn't expect to see giant fucking stone dudes throwing fucking mountaintops at each other.
No, they should have.
That does make it seem pretty epic.
They should have the tree people show up to fight them now.
Yeah, the Ents. The tree herders.
Yeah. I forgot where the tree women were at. They just lost them.
I gotta say, the animation for the Ent in the original trilogy, fucking hilarious to look at. It looks like the tree has two giant roots, and it looks like fucking like a Yogi Bear type of animation with this fucking tree.
That's horrible.
Stomping through the forest. It's fucking ridiculously bad. Oh, look at that, he missed. This one's gonna... follow up with the punch. Oh, got him. He's like, yeah, I just fucked him up. Okay, now my head's knocked off. Like, that must be it for Stone Giant. You get, like, part of your arm broken off.
Yeah.
Your arm's broken off forever. Does it ever regrow or anything, or is it just... It's rock. So I assume it doesn't regrow.
Yeah, it's probably just gone forever.
Your head's just gone now. You're dead. A big rock head. In fact, that giant rock head that got knocked off flew so far away it landed on Easter Island. And that's why they have those giant stone heads. See, it all makes sense now. I've successfully put all the pieces of the puzzle together. So, Bilbo, partially responsible for Easter Island. They're alive. Where's a hobbit?
He's getting ready to fall off the cliff.
You'd think he'd be like, I'm here, help me.
Yeah.
But he's just like silently...
You almost knocked him
there.
off.
And that's the end of the movie. Bilbo falls, the end. Sorry. So Bilbo is Frodo's uncle. Am I correct? I'm pretty sure, yeah. Uncle.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, is Bilbo Frodo's grandfather or father or something? I was like, no. I was like, no. That's his uncle.
He can't get up.
Well, he's too fat. If he rolled... Oh my god, the time I invited my obese friend over to the pool, and he tried to get, you remember the dude, and he tried to get out of the pool, he couldn't get out, he had to roll out of the pool, and then roll over, and then stand up. He couldn't just get up out of the pool. I was like, oh, I feel so bad for you, dude. It's like, fuck the plans. He betrayed me and took me to the elves.
He betrayed Sheba.
Yes. And now the stone is going to burn him, and he's going to fall, and get eaten by crocodiles.
He's even got a special white.
Oh yeah, he's got to have a matching one.
Yeah. I don't know what those are called exactly, but
yeah, they said it earlier, and I've already forgotten to. I didn't think it was possible for me to be more of a nerd than I already was. And I'm going to be like Lord of the Rings nerd now. He's like, okay, everyone's asleep.
It's time to burn out.
Yeah. It's like time to go back to the Elf City.
Gandalf on those.
Gets his walking stick. And here we go. Do hobbits always have walking sticks? when they go out hiking. I remember Frodo taking one with him, I believe.
It seems like they should.
Yeah. Until it gets lost at one point.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that? He doesn't keep it throughout the entire movie. He gets lost at one point.
It just disappears.
Yeah. I mean, lots of shit happens. There's plenty of chances for it to get lost, I'm sure. Orcs. You know. It's like, you're used to this shit. He's like, gee, thanks.
And now he chops your head off.
Yeah. The end. But then he's like, yeah, we don't have any place. We don't have a home. We don't belong anywhere. And that's
Should have made it temporary, huh?
And that's what changes Bilbo's mind. He's like, how can I go home knowing that they don't have the luxury of doing the same? They can't just go home because, you know, El Draco is there. What's that?
It's my nightlight.
It's the Indiglo nightlight. Hit the snooze button.
Now, how do they know what that means?
Gandalf told him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Gandalf said it's an elvish blade, and that its special property was it would glow blue. Which I really like later on when they show an orc die while he's holding the sword and it like blinks out. I really like the fact that they went into that much detail about as soon as the orc's dead, that light goes out.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
This part's ridiculous. When I was watching this part for the first time, I was like, the only way they could make it feel like they're being bombarded more is if they had people jumping off from the sides, climbing up the sides of the fucking thing. Look at there. There's fucking people climbing up over the fucking sides of the cliff. I was like, there's that. Okay, well, they did that too. There's no way to make it feel like more of a bum rush than that. When you got people coming in from every angle, and then they're like, so many people up there, they're like climbing up the cliff to get on there.
Yeah.
I love this part too. He can pass unseen by most if they wish to, is what Gandalf said earlier. I love how they're just all like, oh, he's a bitch. Someone else will get that guy. He's too much of a bitch to worry about. And everyone does that until there's no one left to get him.
They're just like hurting them.
Oh, yeah. But his sword is still bright-ass blue. Even though all the orcs just left.
There's still another one around.
Well, I guess maybe they're close enough for it to still count. What distance do you have to get away from Sting? Now that I know that it blinks out as soon as the orc die, how far away do they have to be before it turns off? Does it slowly fade? Or does it just turn off? Like once you reach 50 meters, does it just turn off? Or does it slowly fade the entire time? And I was waiting for this to happen the whole movie. Didn't even realize it was happening. I'm waiting for Bilbo to fall in the hole and find the fucking ring. This whole movie, I'm waiting for that to happen. And then I see him falling down a hole, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, holy shit! Oh, holy shit! Yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Huh. Now, see, when I saw that when I was a kid, I didn't know nothing about Lord of the Rings.
I
just knew about the Hobbit. I didn't know the Lord of the Rings.
I was either in 4th or 3rd grade when I saw the Hobbit. I saw the Hobbit at our elementary school in the library. It was really rare for all the kids to be in the library, and we're all sitting there watching this movie. It just stuck out in my mind as really unusual that we would go to the library to watch it. Because usually we'd go down to the basement where Yeah, and this guy, I'm glad they got this voice. This is a great voice for the goblin or orc king. Goblins or orcs, they're the same thing. In the original Hobbit, the cartoon, they were goblins. And then in Return of the King, animated by the same company, they were like, oh yeah, Bilbo used to call them goblins. Those are orcs. They had to let you know that we're calling these orcs from now on. I want to know what that voice is from. I wonder if you ever find out what happened to Thrain. They said he just went missing. Do you eventually find out what happens to him, or do you ever hear from him again? What happened? Look at his chin. That is so fucking nasty. He's got like 8 miles of chin hanging under him. He's like worse than Jay Leno.
He's got a giant tumor.
It looks like he's got Jay Leno for a chin.
Chinzilla.
He's got Jay Leno for a chin.
He's like Chinzilla.
Which has another chin on top of that one. Yes. Celebrity death match. Orc King versus Chinzilla. Yeah, this little freak.
There's a little stubby orc.
And he just rides this little fucking...
That's all he does.
He just sits there swinging. Waiting for this big fat piece of shit to say, hey, send word. And then he's like, okay, boss. He's like, the plane, boss, the plane.
That's his whole job in life.
He is the midget in that one.
Yeah. He's like the midget in...
The plane, boss, the plane.
He's like the midget in Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome.
Okay, yeah, that too. I was thinking of a different midget. Ugh. That thing looks so nasty. Oh. 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 Yeah, it never... In the cartoon... I'm going to bring up some more differences. In the cartoon, Gollum is walking around and he just drops the ring. And then he forgets that he dropped it. And he thinks it's in its secret hiding place. And then when he goes to check the secret hiding place to discover it's missing, he's like, oh yeah, I dropped it. How the fuck do you forget that you dropped the precious?
Yeah.
How'd you forget that, Gollum? Come on.
I would think he'd be wearing it all the time.
Yeah.
Not just having
it
in a
little
pouch.
Part, that made sense, where he's struggling with an orc or whatever, and it falls out. Perfect sense right there. He lost it in the struggle. He didn't just walk around and just drop the fucking thing and lose it and forget about it.
Yeah.
Now his sword is still lit up. Which means that orc is still dead. And if anyone's thinking, hey, maybe Gollum's an orc. No. Wrong. In case they haven't seen the original ones. Unlike the Star Wars prequels, these ones were made close enough to the original that they have the exact same feel to them.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I think that's awesome that it just blinked out like that. It's like, okay, the orc's dead. There's no orcs around anymore. We know. I'd probably have my sword, like, partly sticking out half the time. Just, you know,
always
oh shit, it's fucking,
yeah,
it's blue now. Because if it's all the way in the scabbard, you ain't going to be able to see it. Look at those eyes. Precious. Now, in this one, they make a joking reference to something that you would have had to have seen the originals to know why that's funny. When he says, "I wasn't talking to you," you know that he's talking to his alternate evil golem that's inside of him. But they don't reveal that until like Two Towers or Return of the King, that he's got that they've got this entire split personality going on. And so he's like, "Who are you talking to?" And he's like, "I wasn't talking to you," or whatever. Like making referencing the fact that anyone who saw the original movies knows that it's a split personality situation. And apparently Gollum is a lake person, a river person. Yeah, they're like a race of people they're kind of like hobbits, but they live on the lake. They live on rivers and stuff. So they're like water themed hobbits.
Water themed hobbits.
Yeah, that's the best way I can describe them. Hobbits with a water theme.
Sailor hobbits.
Yes. I wasn't talking to you. Game. Finish him off. Now, what would have happened if Bilbo had killed Gollum? Frodo wouldn't have dropped the ring. Wouldn't have had his finger bit off by Gollum, and the ring may not have been destroyed.
That's true.
So, although Bilbo probably should have just gone ahead and killed Gollum to save a lot of shit for other people later, ultimately, you needed the power of the ring to destroy itself. It's making all these people evil, right?
Yeah.
Well, what is evil going to do? It's going to betray anything to get what it wants, even other bad guys. Like, you're never going to be friends with Darth Vader. He'll fuck you over. Like, you remember how the deal changes?
Yeah.
The deal's going to change if you're fucking with a bad guy. At one point, when they're able to fuck you over, they will. And then they're going to take all the shit. So, basically, evil versus evil cancels each other out.
A Baggins first.
The ring gets destroyed because the two evils are fighting each other, and then the ring is destroyed by its own evil will.
And then they stand still.
It's like, fuck. I believe these are, I know at least for sure one or two of these riddles are the exact same riddles that were in the cartoon. And so therefore probably were the same riddles in the book. I'll know soon enough. Because I'll probably end up getting these fucking books.
I'm sure there's lots of stuff that isn't in.
Oh, yeah. When I'm reading the books, I'll be like, "Hey, did you know about all this? You remember that thing in the movie where da-da-da-da-da happens?"
That isn't in the old one, or...
Yeah. And I'll be like, "You know why that happened in the movies?" And you'll be like, I'll be like, "Because of this, this, and this. And that's why it had to be like that. Da-da-da-da." I'll have all this insight. Is hid. I'm pretty sure that's from the book. I know for sure that it's from the original cartoon. And I figured it out. I was like, gold inside, but there's no doors or hinges or anything. It's like gold. Yolk? Eggses and hobbitses. There's a lot of extra. He took his eye off of Gollum for half a second. Yeah, that crappy little boat. He swims in it exactly the same way in the original Hobbit cartoon. He gets like down low and he leans forward and his face is almost touching the boat. And he like slowly paddles with his hands. That's exactly how he does it in the Hobbit, in the original. He's like, I haven't learned this one previously. And I got this riddle too. I thought this one was kind of easy. And the rock in the original Hobbit that Gollum lives on in the middle of the pond looks fucking almost identical to it in this one. I don't know if that was like a picture that was drawn in the book or something, or if they lifted that from the original because it's familiar to people.
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch it now so I can
compare and contrast. Yes. Don't get it twisted. This is by far the superior version. But if you're looking for a little alternate, then yeah,
that's all I'm expecting.
Yeah, I watched the other one in anticipation to this one because I was like, I kind of knew the general story already. I think that's cheating too. I don't think that's a very fair riddle. I'm just saying. I feel like Bilbo's cheating here. Not that it matters because if he loses, he has to kill Gollum to get away. But I'd cheat too, is what I'm saying. Oh, shut up. I think nothing was a good guess. I'm going to say that. Because of all the things that could be in the pocket that you could guess, nothing is like, the absent of all that stuff. There's a good, there's a chance that... In its pocket.
Its pockets is...
He's like, that's for me to know. And for you not to find out. Because you'll fucking go nutter, probably. Of course, he doesn't know that he's that obsessed with the ring. He's probably just now figuring out, though.
I think I'd keep better hold of it. If it meant that much to me.
I'd probably be wearing it most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, back here, 60 years before Sauron is around, you pretty much wear that ring consequence-free. The Dark Lord's not going to find you. He's not going to send his armies after you. He's not going to send the 9 Nazgul after you. You pretty much wear that ring and just get away with it.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't Gollum be wearing that shit all the fucking time? It is a little disorienting when you put it on. Everything's like... You enter like another realm. The realm of those 9 Nazgul dudes. He's like, And to me, it's kind of cheap how they get the ring on Bilbo's finger in this one.
His eyes different than they were in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I think they are different. I know they're sticking out in this movie more. I think that may have been a theme in the original Hobbit, though. In the book, I think him having shiny eyes may have been like a bigger part of the theme. I'm not sure, but I've seen that he cut himself on it. But most of the iterations, I think the other one had. Well, no, I'm not sure now. I'm gonna hold off on saying anything for fear of sounding stupid. Yes, his eyes look different to me is the answer to the question. And now he's insanely pissed off that he found out that he has the goblin cleaver, which it should be called the orc cleaver.
Now Gandalf is back.
And this is just what they needed. All the orcs are knocked down.
He does a lot of disappearing. Well, they left him.
Yeah, they left him this time. But yeah, Gandalf just kind of goes off, does his own thing, and then shows up right at the right time. But see, all the orcs were knocked down and stunned and surprised for a second. That gave them a chance to jump up and grab all their weapons, and now they can go to town. Why didn't they do this in the first place? Well, they were off guard because they had just fallen in the trap.
Yeah.
And Gandalf wasn't there. That was... wow. He hit that guy hard, is all I can say. Yeah, I'd never seen a decapitation so comedic before. I think that's one of the funniest decapitations I've ever seen.
It didn't seem extra jolly.
It's just like tink. It's like a Japanese thing they do where like they've sliced through the guy already, and then they give it that one little hit with their fist.
Yeah.
And then the body splits in half and falls over, and like flower petals from the tree fall at the same time as the wind kicks up. Ouch. I hit him right in the eye. This is so... Look at this. What the fuck was that?
And then the ring slowly just came to a stop and went down on street.
That, you know, in the first one when that happens to Frodo, and he like accidentally, and it falls on his finger, and it like flips around a couple times, that was cool. Yeah. But what they just did right there, that was too much. That was over the top. I think he really went overboard with that right there. That's the only part that, like, as unbelievable as all this movie is. That was probably one of the weakest parts of the movie right there. The way it flipped around right before it hit his finger.
It just slowly went, it just perfectly went.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was too perfect. Look at this. It's like a windshield wiper. They're just going back and forth, just sweeping them off the edge. First person Gandalf.
Yeah.
I noticed they didn't use that. That's like first person for the whole movie is contained right there. That's the only first person shot in this whole movie, I think.
Yeah. Probably is.
It worked so well in Doom.
It had to be. It had to be in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, dude. If you made a Doom movie, people are like, I can't fucking believe that Doom had a first-person shot in the movie where he's just going around shooting people in first person. What the fuck did you think you were going to see when you went to Doom the movie? It's Doom the movie. If they didn't show that, people would be pissed off. People would show up in the theater, and after the end of the movie's over, they'd be like, I went to Doom the movie and I didn't see a first-person fucking shot the entire fucking movie. With the excellent Rock. Now we're talking about a movie that's completely unrelated to this one. So be it. I've heard other commentaries by the people that actually make these fucking movies. They get off on all sorts of tangents. We can do it too. I like that part.
Why isn't he using no magic?
What?
Gandalf's not using any magic.
Well, he used it all up. I don't know. He was out of mana. He's out of MP. His spiritual energy's used up. Push. Yay. I like that it broke off a little piece. I like little details like that. When it was rolling down the hill, it broke off a piece when it was almost at the end. I like it when it shows that they put detail into almost every single aspect of the movie.
Yeah, that's nice when they do that.
He's back. Ow. Ow. That may have been cheesy, but I thought that was kind of funny when he was like, "That'll do it." I thought that was funny. I was like, okay. He answered your question. Now this reminds me of how those dudes survived the scaffold falling. Did you ever see that amazing shit that people couldn't survive? And it's like, how do these people survive a fall from this high? And it's like the scaffold got like wedged in between these buildings just right and it slowed them down. Kind of like that. That's what it reminds me of. That was good too. When the dude fell on him, I appreciated that too.
Look at his hair.
I appreciate a little bit of comedy. I don't want everyone to be like cracking fucking jokes the entire time. But a little comedy every now and then to lighten the mood is okay. It's like, okay, now we're back into some serious shit. You know, we had a laugh. We had a hilarious decapitation. And then an evisceration when that was kind of funny too, when he cut his bowels open and he's like, that'll do it. And then he falls. But then we're right back into serious shit.
Do you think he knew? Gollum knew that if he put the ring on? Well, of course he did. He's put it on many times.
I don't know. See, yeah, Gollum knows that he's turned invisible, and the whole thing in the first movie was that he put on the ring, and Gollum tried to beat him to the exit, and so Bilbo just followed him to the exit. But he knew that he would turn invisible, and he's like, I've got to get to the exit and try to stop him while he's invisible. And Bilbo's just like, he could have killed him right here. But he's just so pathetic. He's just like, no, my precious. It was pity that stayed Bilbo's blade that day, I believe is the quote. Because Frodo's like, I wish he would have just gone ahead and killed Gollum that day when he was about to. And then he was like, I feel as though he still has a part to play. Blah, blah, blah.
Nah, he's pissed.
Huh. Oh. He's like, he's invisible and he just kicked me. God fucking damn it. You know he's out by now.
Yeah, he should have ran after.
He should have ran after his ass. You don't just... He stole my precious. damn it, he got away. He's out the door now. Curses.
At least try to catch up to
But
him
he
before
remembers
gets
the
out
names. He remembers the name Baggins. If there's one fucking thing that's burned into fucking Gollum's mind now, it's Baggins has the precious. Baggins.
Baggins stole it from
Precious. And so when Sauron tortures his ass in the, the next in the trilogy, the original trilogy, then he's like, "Where's the ring? I'll fucking torture you, you son of a bitch." And he's like, "Baggins." He's like, "Fuck that Hobbit." He's like, "I'm gonna show this asshole." Now, is it less severe when he has the ring on? I feel like in the first trilogy, it was like shit was happening when you put the ring on. Is that just because Sauron was so strong then, or like...
Yeah, that's kind of what I think. That's what I'm gonna go with, anyways.
It's reasonable. It just seemed far more
There's
dangerous.
no Dark Riders looking for him.
Yeah, the little throwback music whenever you like see him do something with the ring. It's like it's like real quick. That's Shire music. It's talking about the Shire, so they're gonna play Shire music. And now Bilbo is the shit. Because of what he just did right there, he is now the awesomest dude ever. Now Gandalf knows why he had to bring Bilbo on the fucking journey. And now, shit's going down. We go from teary-eyed happy moment to holy shit.
Yeah. Out of the frying pan.
I gotta say, that was a Naruto moment, what Bilbo just did. That's exactly the type of fucking thing Naruto would say in that situation. That's why I love that show. Okay, holy shit, okay. He's just like, holy shit. Oh.
The edge of a cliff.
Uh-oh. Look at that tree, right on the fucking edge. Climb, damn you. Do some magic.
Why doesn't he do it?
I'm sorry, if I had a wizard in my story, he'd be doing more magic. I'm sure he does more magic in the books. He's got to be out of MP. He's getting up there or something, I don't know. He still used magic 60 years from now, though.
Yeah.
Well, but he's built up his stats by then. We previously established that.
He's gained more knowledge at that point.
Yeah. Do more magic. He's about to do magic. Since we're bitching at him to do magic, he's about to do some. He's like, hey, I'm going to do some fire magic. Oh no, first she's going to talk to the butterfly.
He sent a messenger.
Yeah. You know who he sent a messenger to, right? You don't remember.
I don't remember.
God damn it, Thomas. Okay, he knows that the white orc is alive now. Ooh. He thought for sure that that dude was dead. He chopped his arm off and everything. Well, if you would have double tapped like we suggested.
Should have took his head off right after he cut his arm off.
Here's the problem, though. What if he's the one that's supposed to just, like... The problem with leaving bad guys alive, because, like, Gollum, he's going to destroy the ring one day. What if this dude's supposed to destroy the ring one day and we kill him? Like, sometimes it's just so story. Okay. Actually, his stories are way more hectic feeling than that. It kind of feels like that's just the way it is.
It's like dominoes.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we're tree hopping. And of course this tree's going to hang on for a little bit longer than the other ones did. He's like, oh, perfect. There's no way it could get any better now. They're totally fucked. It's guaranteed now. Okay, here's the fire magic. Why does he need the pine cones to throw the fireballs? I don't know, nigga. I'm thinking like, you know, shoot fireballs. Why do you need pine cones and shit? Maybe there's some detail that I don't know. But now we got flaming pine cone bomb things.
Whatever works.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because it's fucking magic. I mean, with magic, you can do some shit like that. If some dude was like sitting there with a lighter lighting up pine cones and shit, we'd be like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Uh-oh. Joy time is over. We're totally fucked. Oh no. Is that Andy Dick? Andy Dwarf? No. Oh no. Okay. Just barely. Okay, now we've got like a line of... a whole row of dwarves hanging off. A string of dwarves hanging off the end of his stick. He's like, you son of a bitch, mother. I'm gonna... It's like, fuck everything. I love how the music changes. It's like, shit's going down. Here it comes. It's like, I'm gonna fucking... Who do you think would win right now? If he fought him right now, who do you think would win? I feel like Defiler would win right now for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like this isn't the right time.
I'd want him to win.
Well, yeah, I want the dwarf dude to win, but I think he's got, like, his orc dude posse behind him. Okay. He got fucked up. It was not the right time to fight that dude. You were at a disadvantage.
He's got his...
You didn't have your dwarf posse. He's got this giant fucking...
Yeah, his giant...
liger.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it is. It's vicious. Oh no, okay. He should be dead now. That was a mace to the face. Imagine riding a horse and hitting a dude in the mace while you're with the force.
He's tough.
He's super strong. Well, yeah, he's the hero, dude. He's the king. He's the hero king. Okay. No. Oh. He's just like eating them for dinner. Ouch. He's still got that wood for a shield. It's like chop his head off. It's like I've got to do something. Hey, it's blue. There must be orcs around. Okay, can't get to his sword. Okay, he's not going to last long against that. Okay. Okay, wow. He totally stabbed the shit out of that guy. He stung him to death. Notice how he stabbed. He didn't make hacking motions. No, he stabbed. That's what that sword is for. That's what I'm telling you. Okay, now he's swinging it around. Yay. Okay. Holy shit. Okay. Not so good, Al. Let's not kill our hero. Hey, get off the tree and go help. Oh yeah, you're holding on to those guys. Okay. Hey, remember giant eagles? I don't know if you'll see them in the next movie, but I'm pretty sure you'll see the eagles in the third, assuming they don't split this into more parts in the third movie of this trilogy. Maybe you'll see them in the second one. I don't know. But you forgot you got to see him in this one.
I don't know how.
How'd you forget? You're like, man, they should have shown the eagles. I didn't want to spoil it. But you get to see the eagles now, and you get to see them in a battle, in like a major battle later on. It's like a skirmish. It's like 14 dwarves versus like what? 20 orcs or whatever. I don't know how many orcs they got with them. But if the climax is the same as the original Hobbit story, then it should be shit tons of armies all fighting each other.
Don't they gotta fight the dragon?
Huh?
Don't they have to fight the dragon?
I think killing the dragon is going to be
that'll be the
climax of the second movie.
The climax of the second movie?
Yeah. The story actually goes on past killing the dragon.
Damn.
I think the third movie is going to be filled with a war. All hell breaks loose, basically, after they kill the dragon in the original Hobbit.
The orcs show up.
I don't remember any of that shit as a kid. I remember they killed the dragon, and it was a nice, happy day after that. Not so much. More shit goes down afterwards. And then the Arkenstone will play a key role in that same movie that they have the war. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I've never read the books, but I'm quite knowledgeable about the series already. So hey, Eagles, can you take us to where we're going? We could really use a lift. If you could just fly us to our old mountain.
I'd always want those.
That would be handy. Those are some pretty big fucking claws, dude. Better hope they're properly placed. I assume these birds are like hundreds of years old, though. They've got plenty of practice. Not skewering people with their claws. If they don't want to.
Yeah, if they don't.
I'm sure they got plenty of practice doing the opposite. Is that the same eagle that Abe Lincoln summons to fly him around places to bitch slap people as equals? Bonus points to anyone who knows what the fuck that's from. Alright, he's not dead. It's like, you stupid piece of shit, Hobbit. What a fucking dick.
They just saved your life.
And... okay. He's just repeating himself so he can be like, I was wrong about all that stuff. He's like, huh? Even a burglar. It's a very Arthur Dent moment right there.
Yeah.
Great at playing the unwitting hero. All I can say. Great choice for the trilogy. In my opinion. My humble opinion. I know there's people out there like, I can't believe they picked that fucking asshole to be Bilbo Baggins. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think it was a good
I thought he
choice.
was a good choice. That's beautiful, by the way, that sunset. Now, that sunset was created by movie producers. And it's beautiful. That proves God is real right there. The beauty of that sunset. I've just heard that argument lately. And I'm just thinking, like, I know someone else made that particular sunset. That was like cinematography people and you know, people like that. That proves cinematographers.
CG's pretty good in this movie.
Yeah, I don't know if that I don't know if that's CG or not. I assume it is to get that perfect color
That's
like
kinda
that. Don't get much more perfect than
It's
that.
probably CG. It looks good though.
So they're basically like, we're finally to the mountain. And okay, is that the thrush that they have to wait for to pick at the right place, and then the light shines onto the keyhole? Yeah, the thrush is like, has to be doing that, and then you know it's like the right time of year and shit. See, there's palace is still kind of there. It's fucking turned into Scrooge McDuck's dream. Just a big pile of treasure everywhere. And where is... okay. There's Uncle Scrooge. Literally swimming in the fucking gold. I hope the dragon looks badass.
I'm sure.
I assume it does.
He looked pretty badass there with the little...
Yeah, the little piece that you saw. So, pretty good start to a trilogy.
Pretty good movie.
Yeah. Oh, did that say Guillermo del Toro? Guillermo. I love that. I wonder if that's... I'll have to look all this stuff up. So anyways, thanks for joining us on another movie night with Thomas and Mike. We have absolutely no idea what our next movie's going to be.
put a lot of thought into it. Yeah.
Originally, we were going to do Fifth Element. So we have a choice to make. Either start doing Lord of the Rings, or start start with our original lineup. So we will let you guys know. If you guys have a preference, let us know in the comment section below. And we will see you on the next movie night.